Alright viewers, I'm going to show you guys the proper way to bleed a KA24 engine, KA24e engine. This is a 1991 Nissan Hardbody we call patches, and if you followed the series on this truck, we did a head gasket, head rebuild, timing chain guides, thermostat, lots of work. So basically what you're going to do, and I see a lot of complaints of this on like Facebook and other truck websites, is that the truck is overheating and everybody says you got to bleed the coolant, and that's very much true. There's probably an air bubble in your system, most likely. If you didn't, like, if you just put coolant in it and you didn't bleed it out, chances are there's probably going to be a air bubble in here. So first off, I usually get the truck at some kind of an angle. Here it is on jack stands, or I'm sorry, on ramps. So that makes it so when I put this funnel in here, and this is a Lisley yellow funnel, it fits right in the neck of the radiator just fine and stays there. It's the highest point on the truck, so this is the highest point. So when I fill it, the coolant is at the highest point of the whole system. Before you start pouring coolant into it though, there's a little screw down here. Here's the screw, and it's got a little teeny washer that goes with it. It's 10 millimeter. That is located, here's the air cleaner, here's the fuel pressure regulator, here's the intake manifold, and right there where that little yellow sticker is, that hole right there, that's the bleeder hole. So you want to pull that screw completely out, and you want to start filling coolant into this funnel, until coolant comes out steadily out of this hole. That's the first step of bleeding. The next phase, after it starts pouring out, you're going to want to very carefully take the screw, and don't lose the washer. You're going to take the screw and the washer, and you're going to put it back in there and just tighten it down, not torquing the living daylights out of it. You're just going to tighten it down and just leave it there. It's done. The intake manifold is now bled. Once this is at a reasonable level, I usually squeeze the hoses a few times. That'll get some air out too. Make sure the heater core is set to heat, and then also you're going to want to run the engine up to temperature so the thermostat opens. Once the thermostat opens, you'll see that the water level in here will drop, and you'll want to, you know, top it off a little bit. And once it stops sucking coolant down into this, you take the little rod here, it comes with a little block off rod, just put it in the funnel like this. That'll keep it from spilling it, and then just lift it off and then put the cap on it. It's done. This truck isn't running just yet. I still have to hook the fuel lines back up, but I am going to bleed the cooling system. I'm going to fill it up and bleed it, and then that's one more phase done. One more step closer to running it. I just got to get 2 unions so I can put the fuel lines back together, and she'll crank it, she'll run. I just got the brand new radiator here. It's all in. It's a Chinese radiator. It's not terrible, but there's no holes to mount the shroud, so we're gonna run shroudless, and let's hope for the best. But you want to mix a 50-50 coolant, green coolant, and I use distilled water. I don't use tap water because tap water makes for impurities, and eventually all the minerals start to collect in various places in the cooling system, and then you start having problems. So yeah, there it is. So get yourself a yellow funnel, stick it in the neck of the radiator, take out the bleeder screw, which is right there, fill it till the coolant comes out of that hole, block off that hole, and then start the truck and run it till it's warm. There's a crash course in bleeding a KA24 engine, KA24e engine, and a 1991 Nissan Hardbody. Thanks for watching.